Have you ever stopped to think about why you love hitting the weights, but your best friend is all about yoga? It might be more than just what you feel like doing that day. According to some really interesting analysis, the workout you choose could actually say a whole lot about who you are. So let's dive into that. Yeah, that's the big question we're tackling today. We're going to look at a few common workout types. Let's call them archetypes, and see what they might just reveal about our inner drives, our habits, and maybe, just maybe, our whole outlook on life. And this really captures the two ends of the spectrum, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got that raw, explosive, almost primal energy of weightlifting. And on the other, you have the quiet, centered, internal focus of yoga. These are just two totally different ways to get to a state of well-being, and it turns out they tend to attract two very different kinds of people. All right, so let's kick things off with our first archetype, the social powerlifter. You know this person. This is someone who absolutely thrives in that high-energy, buzzing atmosphere of a packed gym, almost feeding off the energy of everyone around them. So what's really driving this personality? It's fascinating, because for them, the gym isn't just a place to get a workout in. It's a social stage. They are fueled by the energy of the crowd, the discipline of a structured routine, and yeah, even the idea that people might be admiring their hard work. It creates this powerful loop of performance and praise, and that's what keeps them coming back. So what kind of traits define this type? Well, they're typically pretty outgoing, confident. They see their physical appearance as a reflection of their effort, something that can earn them praise. They love organized, disciplined activities. But here's a really interesting tidbit from the analysis. They can get so locked in on the results, the numbers on the weights, the way they look, that they sometimes forget to just enjoy the process itself. The source even suggests they can be pretty curious about what's going on in other people's lives too. Okay, now let's do a complete 180. We're going to shift gears from the loud external world of the gym to the quiet internal world of our second archetype, the serene yogi. And the motivation here? It's pretty much the polar opposite of our powerlifter. It has nothing to do with what other people think. It's all about finding that internal harmony. The whole goal is to get the mind and body in sync, to reach a state of peace and balance that doesn't need any applause from the outside world. And you can totally see this inward focus in their personality traits. The source describes these folks as calm, rational, and having incredible self-control. They tend to steer clear of conflict and often seem unfazed by all the little dramas of daily life. And why? Because they value their own inner peace more than anything else. And now for our third archetype, one that many of us might find just a little too familiar. This is the person who decides to skip the gym and the yoga studio because they're on a quest for that fitness shortcut right at home. The core motivation here is all about one thing: efficiency. It's that desire to get the absolute best results possible, without the hassle of driving to the gym or trying to fit a class into your schedule. It's about optimizing everything to get fit and get fit fast. And you get the appeal, right? The promise is so tempting. The idea that you can get into the best shape of your life, all from the comfort of your living room. I mean, who wouldn't want that? It's a really powerful pitch. But here's where the analysis offers a bit of a reality check. This hunt for the quick fix might actually point to a deeper personality trait. This quote from the source material really gets to the heart of it. They lack patience and perseverance, constantly looking for shortcuts. What this points to, according to the source, is a tendency towards impulsivity. This is someone who's looking for the hack, the easy way out. And because of that, the analysis suggests they can be pretty easily swayed by those promises of instant results. And we all know how that story often ends, right? With that very expensive piece of equipment becoming a very expensive clothes hanger in the corner. All right, so we've met our three very different fitness personalities. Now, let's pull it all together and see what happens when we put them side by side. I think you'll see some clear patterns start to pop up. Yeah, when you lay it all out like this, the pattern becomes super clear. You've got the social powerlifter, who's driven by external things like community and praise, and is fundamentally outgoing. Then there's the serene yogi, driven by an internal search for peace and balance, who is characteristically calm. And finally, the home optimizer, driven by that need for fast, efficient results, which the source connects to an impulsive nature. So the big takeaway here is that the way you choose to sweat probably isn't just random. Whether you realize it or not, it could very well be a direct reflection of your deeper motivations, your core personality, and even how you approach solving problems in the rest of your life. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The next time you're about to start your workout, just take a second and ask yourself, are you just working on your muscles, or your cardio, or your breathing? Or is there something deeper going on?
Are you also exercising a fundamental part of who you are? So what are you really working on?